Hello and welcome back to Fist Entertainment. For the first time in about 2 months. Been busy doing a lot of things. But now I'm back. Well, with Captain Marvel doing very good in movie theaters and the Avengers Endgame coming out, I have decided to do the direct Marvel Cinematic Universe throughout the month of April. And we're doing it in order of event to take place in the movie series. So, the first one up to be reviewed, of course, would be Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, back in the day when this movie first came out, I did get the 3D version, but you know, bad things happened back then. I don't have to explain it. I think I've told people many times about how I got robbed and stuff like that in my old house. You know, burglarized. But I can talk about the 3D version of the movie as well. Nevertheless, within this review. But let's talk about the movie itself. A little bit closer, yeah, that's a whole lot better. Hear myself speak. Alright, Captain America the First Avenger came out in 2011. Although it's not the first Marvel movie in this Marvel Cinematic Universe, it is the first one that takes place in it. Meaning that, you know, the movie takes place during World War I in the early 1940s. 1941 for 1943 to be more precise. You're okay, Blue. You don't need to bark, okay? The movie pretty much opens up with young Steve Rogers, played by Chris Evans, with the help of some CGI animation, made to look like a very, very weak and small, skinny, I say no bigger than 72-pound weakling. He was trying to enlist in the army to fight in the war, being denied. And we find this is his 4th time trying. He's up with his friend Bucky. He was being deployed out to England to fight in the war at a fair. A fair which actually has Howard Stark at it, which kind of links all the stuff together. Kind of cool seeing that Tony Stark's father, Iron Man's father, is a part of this universe all the way back to the 40s. It's actually kind of cool. At the fair, there's a recruitment center, so he tries in there and catches the eye of a German scientist who defected to America. He worked on this experimental type of experimental drug that is designed to create a super soldier, basically. So he eyeballs Steve Rogers for it. It gives him his chance at serving in the military. And he gets recruited into his special division. After a series of tests, he convinces the hierarchy to go ahead and let him be the one that they choose for the experiment of making a super soldier. And for that experiment, we obviously get Chris Evans as he really actually is, which is a about, I say, roughly 190, maybe 210, about 6'2" guy. Now I'm not sure what Captain America is actually written to be the size of, but that's kind of what the size of Chris Evans is in real life. Very built, I might add. At this point, there's no CGI in the movie in terms of him. And after the experiment is a success, literally right after, like 1 minute after, a German agent kills the scientist, and we've learned, and throughout all this time, which I forgot to mention, we're learning about the leader of Hitler's Special Science Division, Smits. We forget his first name. Sorry, I'm not German. Well, technically I am East German, but I'm kind of a combination of East German and straight up English. And I tend to pair more towards being an Englishman, more of a Lennoneer type, instead of being an East German. So, kind of hard with German names. But I think it's like Who's Has Smuts or some shit like that. And he's one that sent the agent after the scientist to kill him and try to receive the serum, so that he can use that to make his plans for world domination. My ad, Smith is played by Hugo Willing, very brilliantly, I might add. And the general is played by Tommy Lee Jones, very brilliantly, I might add. Basically, stops the agent, and well, the military don't want to use him because they're afraid of him or something. So he goes out to promote positivity for the war, and sort of stage shows and stuff like that. And then word gets to him that his best friend Bucky is captured by Smits behind enemy lines. So he goes against his orders and rescues him and liberates 400 soldiers who have been lost in action. And for doing that, he creates his own strike force out of the people that he rescued. He makes a team to take out Smits and his science division, and effectively try to bring it into the war. And after many raids and many successes, there's only like one base left. His best friend Bucky ends up getting killed, trying to save him. And that kind of throws him over the edge. So he knocks on the front door of Smith's. And this is, of course, after he figures out that, after we get to reveal that Smith's is actually Red Skull, with, turning the face off and you see the Red Skull underneath. Pretty cool makeup, in my opinion. It's kind of merciless looking, but it's cool looking. And it kind of plays well with Hugo Willing's facial expressions and stuff, which I liked. It's all part of a coup because he's actually clearing the field so his friends can come in and wreak havoc. Takes up the final base and has a final battle with Red Skull on his massive aircraft. And how he's powering his weapons, our villain, Red Skull, is he's using the Caster Rock. That has the Space Stone inside from Asgard in the Thor movies. And basically, what happens is, after destroying his laboratory inside of the aircraft, Red Skull holds the Caster Rock in his hand like this, and it pretty much disintegrates him. And he gets swept into another dimension, which we will later see in the Marvel films towards the very end of our month. And basically, Rogers has to crash the aircraft into, I believe, some sort of sea or ocean or something. And, he's believed to be killed in action. And of course, we find out that he had been put into very well-preserved it's not reanimation or something like that. It's called hibernation. Well-deserved hibernation due to the cold of the ice and stuff like that. And so he wakes up to find himself in familiar territory, just to find out from the broadcast of a football game that he actually went to, or a baseball game. It was a baseball game, actually. In 1941. He knows there's something going on, so he breaks out and finds himself in the middle of modern day 2011 New York, Brooklyn. Confused out of his mind, that's when, of course, Nick Fury tells him, "You've been asleep for 70 years." Which, of course, will lead into later films with Captain America in them. This right here is one of my absolute favorite of all the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, the direct films, not the shared universe. The quality of this movie is just amazing. And I like the fact that it has everything in it. It has romance, it has drama, it has horror, it has science fiction, it has fantasy, it has adventure. It's all in there, and it's so brilliantly brought all together in a very, very good way. But the quality of the movie is also where it pays off. Now, there'll be two things I'll be saying about the video quality. First, about the main video quality of the movie is in a 240 by 1 wide, and this one has a lot of neutrals mixed in with warms, with just a hint, not a massive amount, just a hint of cool color temperature. But it's done in such a good, detailed, and high way that it's actually designed to look like an old movie, much like the filter I'm using on the camera right now, which I will be reviewing movies with this filter, I might add, looking like an old movie. It kind of looks like that, but without, the little specks on the sides and things that pop up on the screen. But done in such a high definition way that you can see details and real good high craftsmanship of the details, and I just like the way the movie looks. Now, this is for the 3D. It's sad I don't have this movie in 3D, because this is probably, out of 3D movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, probably among the second or third best one. I mean, this is sad. The 3D in this movie is good, but unfortunately, it was so limited that, despite my best efforts, I cannot find this. Maybe one day I will come across it. But I remember the 3D being very, very good. Like when it throws a shield off at you and stuff like that, it really comes off the screen. There's a lot of good 3D. Even from the snow and the blizzard at the very beginning of the movie was coming out in 3D quite well. But overall picture quality is just amazing in this movie. The audio quality. This is before Walt Disney took over and bought out Paramount Pictures. And bought out, Lucasfilm and Marvel Studios. And I said it with The Last Jedi. I said it with Solo. I said it with Rogue One. Walt Disney does not know how to give you the best audio for your buck when it comes to the 7.1 DTS HD Master Audio tracks. But when Paramount was in charge of Marvel, they did. This definitely does not disappoint. There's a lot of extreme surround sound going through all filters on this one. Points where it feels like a war zone even. Very, very good crafted sound. And I really enjoy it. Good balance and everything. Good subwoofer effects, all the stuff. It's just a brilliant fucking experience when it comes to the sound. And well, that's pretty much all there is to say about Captain America, the First Avenger from 2011. I will see you guys next time for another Marvel movie. Until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I look forward to reviewing more. And I am back to stay for a good long time. So don't worry, all my fans out there, I'm sorry I've been dismissed for a while, but I am back now. And I look forward to providing you with the services that you guys are used to, me reviewing movies. And I will see you guys next time.